Yes. Can you hear me, guys? Loud and clear. Ayan. So again, we're again on multi-streaming. Yes. Push na yan. Hi, Brett. Wishy and puts in bits. Thank you, guys, for coming back. And yes, yes, yes. Not muted. Oh, good. That's good. I'm not muted. Audio checked. Ayan. Do you still hear, guys, from time to time, when I edit stuff? I can actually hear the popping and the cracking. And I'm still trying to figure out in what part is my audio doing that. You know, I don't quite understand. And it's again doing that. Hopefully that's good. Ayan, o diba? Hopefully I can do this today smoothly. I'm using StreamYard and on the other end I'm using XSplit. Yes, let's do that. Ayan, push na yan. I love challenges. So, anyways, guys, what is happening on Earth? Ayan, human beings fascinate me. O, diba? As if I'm Brett Asblow, and because it was you, Brett Asblow, ayan, this is for you, o diba? Ayan, let's see if I can do this. Yes, o diba? Ayan, ang kulit na. Thank you, Brett Asblow, o diba? Ayan, hi, puts and bits. Like and share the stream, everyone, and that's an order, o diba? You two together, you always remind me of, like, how do you call that, like my cousins and I. Like, I've always liked to bully my sister, but no one will ever bully her except for me. That's how selfish I was. So if you're watching this, sister, mwah, I love you. Ayan. My bullying part is all love language. Ganon. Hi, puts and bits from Brett Iglasso. Hi, Brett. And hi, other Brett. Ayan. And that's an order. LOL. Diba? Puts. Ayan. Yes. And also, guys, if you're in my stream, things like this are happening around us, you can't really linger on things that, like if it's something that is not your cup of tea, you can always practice with ICEE, because I'm pretty sure sometimes how I say it, sometimes what I'm saying is not everyone's cup of tea. Yes, ganon. So I don't know, but it's something that, there's a lot of things that I do ponder. And sometimes from time to time when I'm on streams, I would kind of like ask things like that. Like, for example, like last time we talked about trolls, because I come to a kind of like a realization that, people are just throwing it just to say you're a troll. But it almost like the meaning of the word, how it is used in a context, it becomes so bad. Like it's so bastardized that it's just so bad. Wow, we are back. Yes, Dykes. Yes. So Dykes, you're not coming up. Oh, diba? Don't you like it anymore, the live streaming and stuff like that? Ayan. But yes, those are the things. And then there's another one, like gaslighting. The word. It become almost like a parody in my life. We always kind of like throw it at each other just for a laugh. Like, you're gaslighting me. No, you're gaslighting me. Certain words that are sometimes like so confusing, because every time there are just new words that are popping up and the people are just misusing them. The other time I was kind of like stumbled into like smart ass. Smart ass and troll, it's a completely different thing. It's totally different. I see your electric lighting me. What's that? Oh, because it's electric. Okay. I'll take it. I'll take that. But yes, those are little things that, like simps, simps, red pill. blue pill, black pill, a lot of movement, fat positivity, like exploiting of things. It's like so much things in this messy world that I really, really do feel like it's so easy for us to kind of like stray on what is important in our life. And then somewhere down the lane of your life, you're just gonna kind of like feel like you've never done anything, and you're almost dead. But still, there's a lot of things to do. So make sure that, little things, it doesn't have to be big, but like find little things that you feel like you're enjoying it. Because at the end of the day, at the end of our life, you'll feel, you'll not feel bitter or emptiness, or, you're going to be with the universe and sprinkle, sprinkle, exactly. According to Puts and Boots, sprinkle, sprinkle, ganon. But yes, things like that. There's too much things that are happening that sometimes it's really, really just very fascinating to me. Um, hold on, guys. Hmm. Oh, so I don't know, guys, if you are like familiar with ABBA and Pritch. I'm pretty sure Puts and Boots is pretty familiar with them. But they're actually on Reddit now. So if you're on Reddit Puts and Boots, sometimes it's pretty funny just for kind of like, you know, Abba and Preach should look at your channel. Right? That would be amazing. It would be like, whoa! But yeah, it's pretty amazing because they're probably the most level-headed people that that I've kind of like encountered in YouTube world. That up till now, before they weren't even in a million. They're just kind of like they're not even that big yet because they kind of got big. Like super fast, in that. Well, that's how YouTube is anyways. But yeah, because like Preachy is more of like, the stereotype of like, don't fuck with me, that kind of type. Like at first, I actually thought, like when the first I discovered them, I always thought that, Preachy is more of like, how to get in a bigger size. And then when they took out the, how do you call that? When he goes to Haiti and they had this kind of like documentary, and then he was like going like that in the beach. I think it was in the beach scene. And then you see his back. And then eventually it makes sense why he is used to be a bouncer and, a dancer. It's like, okay. And then after that, you watch them. For me, if you're a young male, and you're kind of like, I understand that a lot. This is actually kind of like a realization. I wouldn't say recently, but I think for the past couple of years, my initial perspective when it comes to kids, because I come from a broken family, but I am good. Like I never had that bitterness because I come from, like that, or I've never had that feeling. But I think it's because I also have this skill to be grateful, to understand perspective. And I think that's a skill that I have. So, anyways, before we go on other topic, Abba and Preach, yes. So Manny and I aren't level headed, accurate. No, I mean like bigger, not in our bubble. Like, like bigger, the people that you follow, even when you weren't a YouTuber yourself, like me. Like, I'm pretty sure Manny is watching someone big, like that's what I'm saying. I cannot say for our community because you'll probably see where I go, and where I go, that means I do really do like to interact with the host and they, but I'm not talking about our bubble. I'm talking about the mainstream that you actually watch even before I become a YouTuber. So, anyways, so don't take things too personal, puts, okay? Don't tell anything that is not accurate to money either. But yes, so they're kind of like in a way level headed where, preach would be like that. And Abba is more of like, when you know that person from, I wouldn't say back in the day, but they're more of the generation, probably the last generation of men. So this is the thing. I cannot tell you what is a man is because I don't have a dick. But for me, if you're gonna ask me what is a man or like what does a man is for me, I would say they are kind of like direct to the point, doesn't talk too much unless needed, you know, and they're very, very logical people. That you don't see them like a bitch, like you don't. By the time you do that, I always look at you sideways. If you're way talkative than me, I'm sorry, but it's like, it's something. Unless you are saying something very, very meaningful, like professor, stuff like that. That's their job, if you're a streamer as well. But it depends on the tone, on the context of what you're talking about. That's kind of like what a man for me is. Basically, have a one word. If they say this, they say it, you know. Hi, Che! Uy, Che! You wanna come up, Che? Ayan. Ayun, umabot. Oy, Sir G, umabot. Ayan. Oo, Sir G. Hanggang alas 12 lang ako today. ICEE is looking sideways. Huh? Yes. Because I have a real name. Ayan. And hi, sis! Oy, Sean Williams! How you doing, Sean? Ay, ano ba yan? Nagkamali ako, Sean. Wait lang. Mali. Asa na? Unhide. Paano ba to gawin? Okay. There you go, Sean. Ayan. Ayan, Sean Williams. Ayun, nagulat tuloy ako sa sarili ko. Ayan. Sometimes the chat would go and then my mouse go as well. Whew. Okay. Ayan, sleepy fingers. I know, right? Ayan. And Galaan from Boots. Good morning. Hope you are well. I am fine. Well, thank you. Beautiful, sunny, and fresh and air morning. Ayan. You know what, Sean? You always tease me with Mexican food. Sometimes I don't like watching it anymore because I can only eat them when I'm on my heavy lifting days. And hello, Brett from Sean. Oh, thanks, guys. I am. Anyway, so what we're talking about. So, anyways, like that, for a man. And then Abba, on the other hand, he's more of like, you won't really, like, I see him as a nerd. Like, we'll totally get a jive, but like Japanese, like every time he would say something in Japanese, it's like, holy shit. He actually pronounced it very, very good, like a Japanese. So, he does watch a lot of anime and he knows a lot of, our culture. And he's always kind of like the person who has more, like, he's more tolerative, like he can tolerate things. And I like it when he purposefully like preach for that one. So it's a really good dynamic, so they also have a second channel, guys. So if you kind of like want to be level headed, and for me, if you're a young male, and if you're finding someone to guide you or at least influence your thoughts, because I strongly believe now that any boy, a boy, and even like put it with girls, but I just want to be focused on men because we're talking about men right now. Any boy, any kid that is a boy that growing into this messy world, they need good guidance. And the thing is, this is why I'm so irritated when this alpha, alpha males, you know, saying like, they're always bitching about single mothers, especially if they come from that kind of background and they're like, I'm not ever gonna, raise some kid. I know. You can tell me the justification of why you don't want to raise someone's other kid or other person's kid is because it's too much investment. But that's what parents are. You are investing, not just financially, emotionally, but if you really, if you're really to the core, especially these alpha dudes are supposedly helping guys out there to be men, why can't you not guide, a boy that is from a single mother household without expecting of all the things that you might not gonna get? What happened to just being, the elder in the community or in your town? There's nothing like that anymore. So it's so easy to point fingers on who and who. But the thing is, that's why it's so hard for me to listen to this type of shit, is because you're going so much branches when you have to focus on this. What is the root of the problem? Why are you so angry about this? Ganon. Abba and preach good stuff. Yes. I'm happy I don't have one and I don't want to have one. Yes, right? Exactly. I see. Elder peeps now are busy in their. Some of them are live streaming too. Oh my god, like there's one. I think he was retired sniper or like an army, but there's this old grandpa. Oh my god, he's so good at sniping in the game. Like his reaction is just so awesome sometimes. It's like, like I am practicing my sniping and every time I would get like three shots, consecutively, it's like, oh my god, I'm doing it. So it's like I don't know. It's like it sounds nice. Some even take their free time to troll around. Oh yes, 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 yes. I love how you laugh. Who? Me or her? Okay, hold on. You wanna come up, Sir G? Hold on, let me put that. Ayan. Okay. I have like 40 minutes. I have 40 minutes. Pits 100, oh, diba? Yeah, so there's a lot of things like that sometimes, if like even me sometimes, like, like if like for example, where I work, we have kids stuff, and also like I work with like high school kids, like high school boys. They're like part-time in our gym. You basically get to know them and stuff like that. And in Japan, usually when it comes to sexual stuff, it's not really something like, if you understand how Asian, sometimes some Asian parents are actually more open-minded about explaining things when it comes to sexual stuff. In Japan, I don't think so. So sometimes, like me, in my Japanese, atmosphere, they would always going to see me as something else. Even though I'm Japanese, they would always see me, and vice versa. If I go to Philippines, they would always see me as like that. I already know that, and I already accept that. It's not even a crisis. So, anyways, I'm sidetracked again. Ayan. But the thing is, when it comes to, ano nga ba yung pinag-uusapan natin, guys? Nakalimutan ko tuloy. O, di ba? Namali-mali na. Ano nga yun ulit? Pakiulit, o, di ba? Pakiulit, admin. Si admin ko nawala na talaga, guys. O, di ba? So, you guys be very much well-behaved over there. Ayan. Oh, I see. So, you're hanging in the middle of nowhere like me. Huh? I know that feeling. Yeah, something like that. So, when it comes to, but what's the point I'm telling this? Because I got sidetracked. What was it? Admin is probably texting JJ. Ay, nako, inuna palande. O, diba, Char? Ayan. But yes, it's something that, when you're half, or like, if you have identity crisis, it's something that I think each and every one of us would kind of like. I'm stalling because I don't remember what was the point of what I'm trying to tell a story of. Ayan, because I just saw Abba and Pritch, and then I'm just thinking, what was my point again? I don't remember. Oh my god, hold on, guys. Okay, get your shit together. I see. Oh, okay. I know now. So, kids, Ayan, that's what happens when you read the chat. Exactly. Ayan. So, don't get butthurt if I don't read the chat sometimes. Because sometimes, you have to be in your line of thought. And it's actually, like, so, and this is the reason I really feel emotional from time to time, which actually makes me shocked or surprised at myself as well, because sometimes when people would appreciate whatever you do on YouTube, like, sometimes people would just say something like, you're good at your editing, and, like, you're good at what you do, you're interacting, and blah, blah, blah. It's very emotional for me because, like, I'm being seen. The things that I'm doing, I'm being seen, because it's not that easy, especially on one. It's not easy because you have to, like, look at the chat, and then make sure you're aware of what your guest is talking about, because you're gonna have follow-up questions and such. But because of that, ang bagong gising, ang bagong galing sa shopping center, walang iba. O yan, one of the OG of ICEE. Please welcome. Oh, saglit lang, saglit lang. Ayusin ko lang to. Sir, galaan. O, diba? Ola, ola.
Am I on air now?
Yes, you're on air.
Am I on air now?
Mark! Wanna come up, Mark? Tama ba yun?
Okay,
Bits! Ayan. So how about you, Sergi? We're talking about, what were we talking about? What were we talking about?
we're talking
Oh,
about teens.
reading the chat. Reading the chat. Okay. So about, like, live streaming, what was the hardest part for you, that when people acknowledge that you're doing it good, like, as a man, you don't really show. You're not the type of person who shows emotion. Like, you're just gonna cry out of. You're not that type, right? Just let me know if you're that type. I don't
No,
think so.
but my face show up when I'm pissed off, when
Yes.
I feel really like I'm kind of angry. I couldn't help myself to not to show off my face how I felt with the things.
So I was also, like, confused with Matipid Lolo. So Matipid Lolo, if you don't mind, are you Filipino, or, like,
Hanging
how
up with
do you say
Philippine.
it? What are you? Hello again. I'm back. What are you? Always yan, Sergi. Like, sometimes I would be said that, like, growing up. What are you? As-
Uh,
You don't like Filipina. You don't like something. What are you? Hmm.
a.
Ayan. But for you, Sergi, so back to the topic. Ayan. Masali ka sa kalokohan ko, nawawala sa topic. But for you, what is the hardest part of all the years you've been in live streaming only? What was the hardest part that you are doing, that when other people acknowledge that you're doing good, and they're telling you compliments about what you're doing, and they're seeing what you're doing, do you felt something, and can you explain that in your own words?
Oh, recently, yes, I had received a lot of compliments from my new my new communities. My new communities are coming from, most of them from Turkey, and second of them are from Azerbaijan and some parts of European countries. Yes, I do. Sometimes it feels like I feel so great, overwhelmed, And sometimes that I feel that, oh, I'm not that much of, like, they appreciate me how I actually put myself into their situation. And um, like for instance, most of them are teens, and few of them are let's say middle ages. Teens
Mm.
nowadays, especially in this place, um, they really appreciate me that I'm giving that much of attention to them, replying in their comments in their language. Although it's tough, sometimes I need to do lots of translation because translator doesn't give um, the the exact meaning of what they wanna hear. There are a lots of mistranslating when you use words English to Turkish. Yeah. Well, I always tell them I'm glad I'm a Filipino. I'm glad I am this kind of person. But anyway, I see. But anyway, I see. It's also a kind of, you know, um, how can I describe it? Pressure,
Yes.
I sometimes I felt pressure from them also. Like they will message me, "What time you will do live stream?" Before I do normally just two times. Then after that I move to three times, and then sometimes they are not. Most of them are not like. I don't exactly like under, understood that am I this much of famous for them? Let's say, brother, please, can you do live stream? I need to talk to somebody, maybe somebody in the chat room, or maybe somebody, or share your idea. But sometimes,
Mhm.
it's tough because no matter how I tried no matter how I tried to do translation, sometimes they don't get the idea that I want to share. But they're happy
Mhm.
with that.
So Matipid Lolo answered me back. I'm 50% Korean, 15% white, 35% black. I do have two Filipino brothers that are half Filipino. Oh, that
My
makes
God,
sense. And
that that
after
makes
doing the
really
math, IC comes with the result. Matipid Lolo, Pinoy.
matipid lolo or kuripot.
Ayan. And also Puts and Bit says here, of course you're being seen. She even Vanilla Ice made a song about you. But actually that Vanilla Ice, that song, it's actually like almost like I grew up ever since. That's how they call me. Like, like if you have cat calling like, like hoo hoo like that, they would just tell it like ice baby like that. As growing in the Philippines, it's always been kind of like I grew up like that. And my father first wife was Korean, three sons. My father's second wife is Filipina. Ooh, ang sipag ng tatay mo. Your dad is so very, very not lazy. And Brett says, I'm back. Ayan, diba? So how about you, Sergi? Like, what do you think about, have you ever heard of those alpha, beta, like how a man, and I'm pretty sure we've discussed this for almost like most of the time when we talk about like men and women's gender roles. And it's like for you, you can say something about this because you are from a happy marriage. What do you think? First of all, have you ever encountered guys like this? Hello?
Okay, I'm trying to. Yeah, how will I say? I grown in a family which most of them are girls. I have
Mm.
most of my environment are women, my mom and my sisters. I am the only son of my mom, the second son of my father, and the community I grew is completely like I was alone. Most of the time, I was playing with my sisters and my cousin. So growing up with them, it doesn't give me that much of um, figure, that much of figure until I moved. Growing up is kind of difficult, because no matter how much my cousins tried me to put in their community, but of sports, but my mom is so overprotective, you know. She's
Mm.
always afraid that I might get hurt if I play basketball, if I play another sports. So my mom put me on games which is kind of chess, table tennis, this kind of thing. So not completely physical sports. So I don't have that much. And then during the high school and college, during the high school, I was able to to engage myself into uh, more manly sports. Then I start playing basketball, I start playing soccer, but not much. Most of the time, baseball because I love baseball. And what else? So I think it's kind of difficult to share what is this really of alpha male, beta male, or this kind of thing. If I will observe other people, I've seen when it's, can I say that alpha can be alpha when they are responsible. It's not because of physically look. I don't know. I can be wrong, but when it's take responsibility, then it's alpha taking care
Oh,
of. If he has a family or marriage, it's not about. I don't know. I really don't know. But for me, it's about taking responsibility.
right. I was actually reminded of this because, like, I've actually find this very interesting because we're watching Naked and Afraid. Do you know that TV show, Naked and Afraid?
Mm,
So, anyways, on the Naked and Afraid, basically, this is a TV show where you go into the like a jungle, and then you're basically naked. You're not allowed to wear anything, and you can only carry one weapon or anything of your liking. And then you're gonna have a partner. Usually, they're boy and girl, and they're both naked, both strangers. But they also have this Naked and Afraid XL, and they had this last one standing. So the girls obviously didn't win that, obviously, and as if it's a thing. But so the guys left, and the first two that was left on all of that TV show was an Australian guy, which is like the like the stereotype of like man, like I'm a big man, responsible, very like if I put my mind to this, I'll do this kind of thing. He even says like I have to win this challenge to justify that I am away from my family for 60 days. So he did win that, but the other one was the gay dude. And he's pretty ripped because then they become very, very skinny on that TV show. But then this gay dude, I was like thinking, you know what? If you think about it, the gay dudes are actually sometimes can be more manly just because they can do shit, you know? And then you would hear these people that are supposedly alpha, like if you know Fresh and Fit and those people, the Andrew Tate, the Red Pill movement, they're all talk, but you can see the history, their life, their like just personal life is so chaotic. and they're it's all about superficial stuff, you know. And for me, that's kind of like, that's not an alpha. An alpha is like if you think about the smallest scale of alpha in the animal kingdom, the lion, they don't do shit. They just like that. And they let the people do whatever. They're alpha in the human kingdom and they don't do anything. And when they roar, everyone follows. That's a real alpha. You don't have to do shit just to prove you're an alpha because it's just you. So for me, that's how I see guys. You know, it's not about what is your preference to a partner. You know, you can be gay, but if you have a dick and you can actually stick to your words, stand by with whatever life thrown at you, you're a man. That's for me. You know, even though I don't have a dick, that's how I think a man
I'll
is.
send you one.
Tama ba ako? Let's see. I don't need one. I have one. But let me see. I'll ask for permission. Ayan. And Matipid Lolo says, I think alpha or beta is very dependent upon the culture you're from. I doubt people would call Bill Gates a beta, and he probably never played a sport or got in a fight in his entire life. And I have seen both of those shows. Naked and Afraid survival reality game show. Yes. But
Survival.
it's pretty interesting. It's like a human thing. It's like a experimental thing. Like, can you do that, Sergi? Can you go to, like, let's say, because they did go to Africa jungle, to Amazon jungles, like every jungle there is. Can you do that and be naked?
I love it. I love
Ooh!
it. Yeah, I
Do you
love it.
ever go around your house naked?
Yes, I don't know, but there are circumstances in my life when I was in high school. I think I was in high school. Me and my friends, we go to the beach and we swim naked. We go to the river and swim there naked. Also, mm, also I was I don't know. I had a photograph naked as well, and it was published
Ooh.
when I was after college. I think after college,
Ooh.
college when I
Okay.
went to Manila. I went to Manila it was after college. I went to Manila, and somebody tried to discover me that tried to not try. He and her team said that uh, you can be in any movie like this kind of thing, and they start selling me this kind of thing, and I agree. And after that, okay, I said, okay, why not? I don't really mind.
Ooh. Well, let's see. Chinese garter. I'm playing Chinese garter. Miss Yedwish, very random. I am, but have you played that? I think I played that, the 1020 or something like that. I think.
I
'Cause
remember
I
that when we were in
remember my
elementary.
cousins, yes, my cousins were playing it, and I'll be the little, and I would like do the flipping and they everything. Yeah, I played that one. But yeah, so follow up question. But you don't have to answer if you don't want to. Because there's a lot of things going on in the world, and I get it. Some people are getting scammed, some people are getting blackmailed, and there are, like, believe it or not, there are still people who fall for this shit. Like, you know, they would give their picture because they think of it, it's either love or, you know, I don't know what's the context of it, but for you as a man, have you ever sent, but before, of course, we're talking about before you got married, have you ever sent a dick pic to anybody?
Yes, I do.
Like, can you explain to me why does a man would send a dick pic to a woman? Of course,
Um,
in the chat, if you're a dude, please explain to me what's the reason behind it.
if you remember Friendster, do you remember guys Friendster? That it's
I
like
think so.
there is a
Yes.
Friendster, there is a high five before. Do you remember this? High
No,
five
I
and
think I
Friendster.
know Friendster, I think. Like Yahoo days, I
Yes,
think
like
Yahoo
yes,
days,
Yahoo.
yes.
Also, it's
Internet, like the first internet. Friendster! Wow, long time from
yeah, that
Friends.
was for a long time. I think I was there in I'm not sure. High school? I'm not so sure high school, but it was in Friendster, MySpace, Yahoo, High Five. Yes, it's this kind of thing. Yes, I did. Me and my friends were trying. Uh, what was that? We were trying to impress someone from another country, and they are actually teasing us that, oh, you're from Filipino, you don't have this. So this
Hold
time,
on, hold on, hold on. Y- The person that's saying this is a dude or a girl?
it's just a girl. She's
Okay,
actually from Australia. She's from Melbourne.
okay.
We met. We there is a community. I don't remember exactly. It was a really long time ago. It was really long time. It was really long time, and it was Friendster. And whenever we have, we have extra money, I go to internet cafe, and there we chat in there, and internet cafe is fully actually. We're always next to each other, me and my friends, and ever we get teased, and we are shown up. It's happened that the internet cafe san owner was my friend, our friend. So one night before he ended the I before he closes the internet cafe, we actually planned it. We go there. We are four. We are friends, and we are very naughty people. And every time we are chatting, and that time I really get to engage myself, because we get uh, no, you don't hang like a horse. You are Filipino. And he said my friends and I was really teased about it. And okay, we get this. Okay, that's the thing. And it's not only me. We did it. We did it, four of us.
Oh, but the thing is, like, for example, let's go back to the chat. Let's see. Yes. So this is a thing. Boots and Boots says she asked because she have measure tape to know if her garage can park the car. What? Okay. I didn't get that. And because the woman wanted to see it, she asked for the pic. Okay, matipid lolo. Okay, let's put context into this. What I'm asking about is like if a woman didn't ask for this, because we cannot erase the fact that there are unsolicited dick pics. Like that's the only thing they would say. Rather than hi, hello, it's like dick pic. Like what is your mentality behind that? Why would you send some random woman dick pic? That's what I'm asking. That's the context. And it's like this. So this has been like all over. And I know Brett is here, so I'm not exploiting this one. But, I think this is something that a guy should also understand how to react when these things happen. So according to Captain Billy Jack, I'm asking the wrong person because if I remember it correctly, like okay, this is guilty until and what, innocent until proven guilty, basically. I don't have any first-hand evidence of this, and this is like how do you call that in the law way of thinking, like supposedly. Ayan, famous for sending dick pics. Ayan. So basically, I kind of like wanted to ask about it, and your story kind of like makes sense if you're a dude. Like you just wanted to show it. Why not? If someone is asking for it. And you know what? Filipinas have that Western women don't color pose. Oh, diba? Ayan. And I knew you were gonna say that, Kapitan. And MK, he loves to make Pinays laugh from CBJ. MK, Kapitan. MK, I see ask us if we ever sent a dick pic. Yes, I'm asking you guys. To her, not to me, MK. I don't like unsolicited dick. If I want it, I'll ask for it myself. I'm not ashamed of that if I'm asked for it for myself. But sorry, but I can't pass that truth. Ayan. Kapitan, you are forgiven by the powers of icy crazy. Yes, I'd never sent an unsolicited pic. That is strange to me. And Brett, I saw your pimple pickle. And Icy Fit wants proof. No, I don't want proof. What I'm saying is, personally, I don't want to be in this drama between you two, but I'm just telling the context. Like, this has been a thing, so for me, if Brett did it, I just wanted to understand also for my own personal observation and analyzation. I just want to know what's going on with a man's mind when they do these things. Especially if it's something unsolicited. If your girlfriend, boyfriend, I can actually understand where it's coming from. But if it's just an unsolicited stranger's dick pic, that's what I'm talking about.
Make it clear. That time when I sent it, we're teens, but turning into more, becoming more mature. Sometimes it's just no. There are actually, when I'm still working, and when I'm still having this kind of um, online apps. Someone is asking, before I met you, can you send one like this? I've never. But that time it was like teens. We're teens. We are, we're immature, I guess. Believe. But no, I don't regret that. If something as if do you regret that? But this time, I don't know. Even those, I think it was those days. Do you remember that I said to you, even I get photograph, even I get photograph, and even it get published in some of the newspaper in the Philippines, I get paid for that. It was I was not teens there anymore. It was after college, I think.
I
But
hope
I'm still, but I was
that's
still
too
immature, I
bad.
believe. Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
okay. Let's make that clear, guys. He was old enough. He's not a minor. Okay.
yeah. I was once published in Bulgar. Yes, they. Yes, it's true.
Okay,
I was
context,
once published
context,
in
context.
Bulgar.
You
Uh,
have to say the context of what Bulgari is for a lot of, not Filipino in the chat. What is Bulgar?
um, it's a newspaper. Actually, there is. Can you say it? I say.
It's like Bulgar is like a tabloid. Like, there's
uh,
newspapers that are legitimately newspaper. These are newspaper, but it's more of like you can see it's a tabloid, like
yeah,
gossips to like sexual stuff, those things. That is what it was in the Philippines.
like Playboy. I get
Yeah.
almost there. I get almost there. Yeah, I get almost there. A magazine, but when I open up with my elder sister, she
Mm,
knows how I think about this kind of thing, because mm, there was time, and there was time that I, you know how will I say, um there are pageantries in Philippines,
ooh,
like
damn.
this kind of thing, right? There's kind of Mr. like this kind of thing. And one of the organizer actually asked me to be there, uh, if I can be their talent. And after that, I said yes. It was after college. It was after college. I guess I was 20, 21, 22. I don't remember. I was really into like film. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be so I went to I even went to uh kind coaching skill kind of drama, something like that. But after, because I wasn't that much of I don't know how they say, in person when I was young, they said you look good, but in camera you doesn't in camera and video you doesn't look that much. So we couldn't find somebody to agree that you will have a role. So I was photogenic when I was young. I was photogenic, and my
You
manager
should
take
you
us
should
at
send
that
one picture of you when you were young in that kind of era on my Discord.
time. Well, that photograph I don't have anymore. Um,
Not that one, but I mean how you look like so they can have the idea, of the story. And when I edit this, I can put that side by side.
I,
Mm.
when I won Mister in college, Mr. Intrams, and after that, Mr. Filipino. After that, I got so much unsolicited kind of thing and offers and everything. But it's just kind of, another kind of path that I was very lucky to see it. That it's not what I like. I get solicited offers too, and gifts and everything. Uh, I said that. How I said, once I was that hot young man.
MK says, I can be a nude model in the Philippines. You should send one to Sir Galaan and he let you know if you pass. Ayan, because he has the experience of how you're gonna pass. Ayan. But there are questions for you, Sir Galaan, here. So according to, yes, question from Matipid Lolo. Ayan. So essentially you did nude modeling.
Yeah, I did. I did modeling only for a few months in Manila, because um, I actually doesn't like how it goes. It's not just about modeling. It's about more than that. They were asking more than that. Like the first thing that I said yes to be one of the photo in a Bulgar tabloid, and the story was actually not that I really like. From that, I actually say no, because
Mm.
in Philippines, when you are young, and those years when we are young, when I was young, there are a lots of movie which is sexy movie, right? From 90s to 20s, there are this kind of movie, like scene that you have to do it, but I get offer one of them, but I don't like the script. I don't like the role. So after that, I don't get an offer because I refuse. I refuse to this kind of show, and my manager staff is like doesn't like it. So I changed my path. Gilaan, Mr. Playboy.
Also, yes or no questions. Galaan, can I call you Mr. Playboy? And Matipidwalo says, I guess if you have a giant size and proud of your size, then you might want to send unsolicited pics. It's like if you have large muscles, you want to impress with your physical attributes.
Uh,
It
I don't.
still doesn't really justify why
But I could
unsolicited.
have used that IC as a tool to be on
Mhm.
that kind of thing, but it was not really what I want. I got involved with kind of, this kind of thing, and I enjoy it because it's the satisfaction of, somebody's waiting for you outside with their car, and you go to the club and you go somewhere and enjoy what you are supposed not to enjoy, but I got the opportunity. I grown up and I was a countryman, a country boy. I've never been in Manila like that much. Like I even doesn't grow up there. But after that, I learned that it's more than that. When it's not just about, if it is just about this kind of thing being a man, it's because it's more than that. They will offer you something that you have to take it. So you can probably up to the cloud 10, 14, 15. But this kind of thing, it's not me. So I'm glad. But I say it straightly, if I can say it. If I can do it without using any drugs that they are offering those years, maybe. But no, those years when you start going to this kind of industry, you have to go with the flow. And if they are offering some kinds of prohibited drugs, this kind of things, for you to stay alert as always, then it's not me. But those years it was like this. I've seen my best friends was one one he was famous because of this kind of thing, but now he was in somewhere that he regret forever. It's like this kind of thing, weird, right? Weird,
I
or oh,
agree.
like kind of.
Yeah. But also on puts on boots, yeah, sending without a request is crazy. That's like a woman suddenly grabbing our wallet to pay for her shit. Unacceptable. Drizzle, drizzle. I don't know what drizzle, drizzle means again, but I would say I would agree on that one. I don't know if it's something like serious talk or not serious talk, but it is. It's like, like I know there's always going to be like a gender thing going on, but as a woman, it's almost like there are women out there, I'm pretty sure, that is, like very happy to have like, unsolicited dick pics. But I would just say I don't, good for them. But personally, with me, it's just I don't understand it. I just don't. It's like if it's not asked, it's almost like criticism. If you are not asking for a criticism and it was just given for you just because, it's irritating, isn't it? So that's
Mhm.
just what I'm saying. I don't understand the mentality behind that. And it always starts with pictures, then with a woman, then video the next thing, you have an Italian chick standing over you and you're wondering how the hell you got yourself into. Is this from experience? Put some But yes, 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 yes. It's basically like that. I just don't understand it. I mean, maybe, do you think that just because you send it, it will turn us on? And then on the other end, it's like we are going to send ours as well. Is that how the mentality goes? Because if that's how you think it is, I don't know what to tell you.
You don't do it, so actually you don't feel how is it. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure for the others. Yeah, when I and my friends did it, show off and send it. It's actually to give us dignity. Because that community is actually teasing us that you're Asian, you're like this, but sorry, not everyone, not everyone. You wanna hang up? Not
Good,
everyone.
good
So
for you.
it's actually, and I've seen this also. It's like when when I was in Japan winter time, it was very difficult to find one because I'm Asian and my colleagues are from UK, from from
So
Italy,
much competition.
from Europe, yeah, and
Mhm.
from Europe, and finally when I got one, when I got one, oh, she was surprised, and we build up a business together. So
Oh.
we build up a friendship. You know, let's be friends because friends take care each other. We do it every time.
Define take care of each other. Yeah.
Yes, it's better. Yeah, it's. I believe it's much better than randomly, randomly checking out and scrolling who's in there. So we
Also,
become
you've
friends.
also basically experienced sex with benefits
Yes,
kind of
it's
relationship.
um. I suggest
Lumabas
to
si
my friend.
Wailami, oh.
Yeah, I suggest to my friend. Um, when I was in I also back in back 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 in my job in the training, I always tell them random, not random, most, and encourage them to do it with your friends because your friends, your friends will take care of you, and your friend is if your friends you belong to same place where you are working at, because I'm talking in a working place. You both know that you guys are safe because you do medicals before you get here. So I always tell them, rather than checking who's there, who's not there, who's available there, check around. Maybe it's the next door, right? And engage yourself, be friends. Yeah. Don't
Mm.
you don't need to be that emotional, deeper, emotional and heart, but down there you have to be more emotional. That's
And
safer.
Matipid Lolo says, Ayan, there is sexual exploitation in the entertainment industry in America if you want to be successful as a man or woman. I imagine it is the way in the entertainment industry worldwide.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Especially in Philippines during the time of 90s to 20s. This time, um, this time it was really like this.
Mm.
I get
But
almost,
dahil,
huh?
go, continue.
um, that year when I was almost on this much of, and not so famous like the others, but I got offer from people who are really famous from this industry. But yeah, what I said is that I know my limitation. I couldn't cross this limitation because uh, my future is more ahead than me, as I understood. I want to climb this much of success that I want to have, so I should have know where I put my limits. Yes, me. It's not actually me. My elder sister, she was very beautiful. She is also, she was once as well in the movie industry once, but after that, she got married to one of the men and lost her lost her everything
Lost your time.
because of drugs.
Mm.
That's
Oh,
very much
okay.
that's what I saw. So I put my limits.
No, and
Uh,
that's the reason sometimes, like, in the Philippines, if you think about it, it's like, you know, the definition of drugs in the Philippines is so inaccurate. Let's just say that, right? Inaccurate. That sometimes rather than, like teach what are, because there's always going to be good and bad drugs. And not just because it's illegal or it's because it's legal, it's not a drug.
yeah,
So these are the things. But when it comes to like entertainment industry, that's what I'm saying. It's like sometimes, when you go into these things, any success in a way, if it's too easy of a success, I know there's luck being played around it, but sometimes that's one of the things that, like there are many good artists out there, but because they are not willing to sell their self in the industry, then they're not, they didn't get to the top of where are they supposed to be. So these are the things that I'm proud of you, like you have an integrity and you can actually spot what is bad and good, and you can actually say no to that because it takes a lot of balls and guts, what I'm saying.
Yes, actually, I think yeah. Generally in this kind of industry in Philippines, I think those people who are now famous, they even get into this kind of this kind of thing. You can they once been famous of one thing, and after that of another thing, and they can be we know I know many people who are they are probably old now, and they are probably still famous of this kind of thing. I know more of them. And yes, it's just because I saw it. I'm really glad I saw it, to what happened to my sister and my cousin. So I was really glad that I was able to quit, because it's not easy. I got offer a place in Oakwood, and I not offer, not mine, but I could have stayed there as much as I want. uh, when I go down in Oakwood in Makati, when I go down, people are looking, oh, who's this new part of the game, and like this kind of thing. But because I was from province, I don't know the feelings, and I wanna have this kind of feelings. I wanna explore this kind of this kind of industry, this kind of environment. I don't care what people say. I don't care if somebody's talking like this. But yes, I one day I wake up that, oh, I cannot do this anymore. I could not do this anymore. And I what did I do? It's just okay. It's hard in Manila to be a teacher, because I was once a teacher. I go to the career which my mom asked me to have, to become a teacher. And one of my co-teachers knows, oh, I've seen you in Bulgar.
Oh, now I get it. I get it. Oh my god. It would be so epic if just one day, like if you go back to the Philippines and somebody actually has a copy of that Bulgat where you it would be so epic. But anyways, like for example, cuz like this one, Matipid Lolo says, lots of drama sleeping with your co-workers in America. And also, I agree with Rob Z, not easy to turn away money and fame. That's what a lot of people these days crave for, even doing worse stuff for it.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
true. Exactly.
No, and that's the thing, sometimes, like for example, okay, I'm going to share something. Like in my job, like being a personal trainer, I already know that I have limitation by itself, because I'm a woman first, like not really much of, like clients would want to train with a woman, especially if you're a dude, especially if you see me small, so you'd probably just kind of like, huh, no, something like that. So that's one limitation. Second is because I don't play by the book. Like there's a lot of manual stuff you have to do. And what I mean by not playing by the book is I'm not going to just do certain workouts because this is the trending. I'm not like that. When I do my clients, it's more of like, what do you need? Like, we're gonna do it right for your body because that's what my job is. But a lot
especially.
of people in the industry, they would do shortcuts. They would do things that is not according to what we kind of like sworn to do as a personal trainer, but they're just doing it for like money, for things like that. They're not doing their job perfectly. And that's why there's a huge, like, you'll be amazed how much personal trainers aren't good, in our industry, and how toxic our industry are. But that's just what it is, sometimes. So for me, sometimes I feel so bad because I sometimes get a lot of compliments like, you do good job for this. You're supposed to be not here. You're supposed to be there. Things like that. Like, whether it's correct or right, sometimes that I could have a lot of opportunities to be famous for my whatever I'm doing. But because I have certain standards and certain, I would say, dignity, I couldn't do those things.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I shamed it. It doesn't mean that I'm against it. It's just not for me. Like, this surgery, like,
I know that.
if you're a Filipina and you're in Japan, what we call Japayuki. So when they hear that I'm from Japan, they would always kind of like relate me to like, oh, talento ka, diba? Also, if they see me, they would always tell me like, you're wasting your youth. You're wasting your body. You should be like a hostess. You're gonna earn a lot of money. for for just a thing, like, I've tried it, but it's not for me. I can't do it. I like to entertain people. I like to be an entertainer, to talk, to kind of like entertain, but in a sense of, it's in that kind of way I can't do it because I know, like, there's a bad stigma around it, and I want a family of my own. So I know the consequences of, if I do this, then what would my family would be feeling like. There are certain situations like that I feel there's a lot of people doesn't really think about before going forward with their life. So I really do like that you're actually the person that I think in my head you are. That's nice to know. Di ba? May dignidad ka pala. Hindi ko alam.
I almost sell it actually. I almost sell it, but the price was not
How?
right.
Okay, how? Okay, let's go
I,
to
I,
the chat.
I, al-
Before you share that, Ayan, are you aware of what is going on? Yes, I am very aware, and I'm very, very grossed out because I kind of like dig deep a little bit about it, but I didn't like what I was researching on. So it's like, I can't do it. So he is accused of sleeping to make them successful in music industry. And those men, oh my God, matipid lolo, I can't. I'm already traumatized. I swear to God, if you want to know about this, if you see anything on YouTube that says, recording of this and that, don't listen to it. But I'm pretty sure now you want to, but I'm just telling you, it's very traumatizing. It's like, even till now, if it passed in my head, like, if my whole skin be dried up, it's probably because it's just too gross. It's too gross. It's inhumane, and it's just cringe to the highest level. I
level.
swear.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm very, very, oh my God. And now you kind of like understand why, if it's true. Because I said, this is, how do you call that? Not, it's unproven. Like, yung, ano pa lang, ano ba ta English nun? What do you say in law? Like, when it comes to law, when they are not proven guilty yet, you said accused of
you know something.
something like that. But,
Yes,
yeah, it's theory. No, Jeffrey M. Vlogs is in the house.
alive.
Allegedly. Yes, allegedly. Yes. Sergi, tandaan natin yung word na yun. Lagi ko nakakalimutan yun.
Allegedly.
Kailangan natin yan as a streamer. Allegedly. that word. Allegedly, yes. Allegedly, yes. So definitely. So continue to your story, Sir G. If you still remember it.
What was that? To sell my dignity.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
If you just want to share it,
yeah,
okay, it's
yeah.
up
Why
to
not?
you.
Some people can. There are teens there. There are youngs who might probably want to, yeah, a glimpse of something, right? Like, yeah, it was very common that people like me, perhaps, always dream more than what other wanted to have. Um, Especially, I'm very aggressive young man before. I was a very aggressive young man who would love to have explore and many things. So so I don't mind people if someone can learn something out of it. Why not? Yeah, I almost sell my dignity, almost, because it was actually a good opportunity to become famous in one kind of film industry. But the only thing that I said that I couldn't do is to engage myself into drugs.
Mm,
So it was 2020. It was 2020 when I passed that size exam, and I got offered to do it with someone who became very famous after that. But after the offer is involving this kind of things, so you will be on the highest level of emotion. You know what I mean? Because
mhm,
these people, they cannot do it without anything, but I can do it. I can do it, and that time I can do it with that much of confidence, with that much of emotion, engagement. I can do it because I'm confident. But the only thing, I cannot ruin my life in exchange of this much of, and temporary fame or and temporary success. I cannot exchange my life. I don't know. Well, I was very lucky not to do it because I've seen them. I've seen people who I almost do it. Now she said one time that, ang hirap sa buhay na ito na tumanda ka ng walang pera. It was very famous line from one of the sexy actress in the Philippines. And I was almost do that thing with her. But yes, I'm lucky I was not there. And one time again, I got offer. It was a cinema kind of movie, also cinematic kind of movie, and a story about young men Filipino grow up in a province and go out to Metro Manila, try to discover his luck, and he end up being a dancer. He end up being a callboy. He end up being everything, and he end up being a famous person now. Yeah, that's kind of thing.
okay, so Jeffrey M. Vlogs is from Canada. Mega Mega Love shout out to you. So he's asking about Ivana, and I'm gonna ask
Oh,
this. How about you? What do you think of Ivana? Ayan,
she
like
is
the whole thing, because like
before.
not well altogether maybe because maybe I'm just an uneducated person because she's very very famous in the Philippines, right?
Yeah, she is.
But the thing is, I've known her when she's getting that kind of like going up vibe is when, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, she become famous because of the challenges, like the side boob challenge, the kind of like, sexual kind of
Yeah,
industry, right? On YouTube. So that's Ivana. So she's Moroccan, she's half Moroccan, half Filipina. She's
yeah,
very beautiful,
very
Ayan, and
beautiful,
she's also
modern, from
but
dark.
if I don't know if this is a picture, Maybe it is, but I'm just gonna try to find it. But can you fill them up? Who's Ivana in your own words? I'm just gonna look it up. Maybe I could find it. Who's Ivana? How can you, like, how do you see her?
Um, Now in a movie industry, comparing in a YouTube, in YouTube she was, I think, um, well, for me, um, she's very sexy. She's very beautiful. More than when she was starting as a blogger, or more than when she was doing a blog. I think if I will compare 4 years before from now, she's like
Mhm.
she's like because oh, I think she done too much changes in her. I'm not. I don't know. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
because the last one, I don't know if this is something like
She's
um why are my palms getting sweaty? She's very small and wears too much makeup, but she's cute. Oh. So I see. Will my wife throw a sleeper if you show her? No, I'm not gonna show her. She was very rude. It was painful for her to say hi. Who says hi? I meet her at the mall in Manila. Oh, and she was very rude. It was painful for her to say hi. Oh.
oh my god.
Mm. Side boob challenge. Okay, I avoid searching. Yeah, so basically, she's a YouTuber turned
Into
actress turned
actress. Yeah.
celebrity in the Philippines, but she started with that. Which for me, I have nothing. This is sometimes that's why sometimes I'm conflicted at myself because I feel like I'm such a prude. Because it's like I don't like if I would answer this in a way, I'm not up for women who do things like that. It's like exploitative in a way, right? I'm not into that. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to shame them because if I can do it, I'll probably will do it as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's always going to be. So I always think, is it because I grew up with the shame and the guilt and the stereotype of Filipino, like trying to shame
So
these
you
people?
can't do it.
Yeah. No, but the
I
thing
think
is, if
you
I
stick
don't have
yourself to that culture.
No, but the thing is, I don't even know for myself if this is a joke or not. But sometimes when people ask me, like, so do you think you can be a prawn star or something like that? Right?
I think
Because
yeah.
you love your sexuality so bad and all of that stuff. And I would say, like, if I don't have responsibility and I don't have to, like, deal with the world around me and I don't want love, I don't want a partner. I don't want to like if you can tell me I wouldn't have a struggle raising kids, like interacting with people, I would probably do it in a heartbeat. Cause why not? But the thing is, you have to understand in certain cases, you have to know what are you stepping into and all of that things that you already know that will happen and a possibility it would happen to you, then I can't do it. Plus I feel like, maybe it's just an ego thing. I feel like I have more than that. I have more skill than just that. So, that's just a bonus.
I see. I think it's just because you are being you you grow up in this kind of you grow up in this kind of culture. But if you look at to those people who are from the west here, right? They even have their own family and they don't care. They have their. Do you remember who are the famous playboys? Stars, famous red doors stars. They're even living their normal life, but it's just because It's just because it's culture, your culture as Filipino, your culture as Japanese. It's that makes you stop not doing it. Well, if I'm still young, if I'm still young, I will probably
That's
go
why
to it.
this is
I will
pretty.
probably go to it. I will not be afraid. I wanted to. I said, why I didn't do it here? Maybe I can go into it without taking any kind of taking any kind of drugs like this, because I want to do it, but without any drugs. Like, I
Yeah.
want to engage myself into this kind of industry without using any drugs. But no, this kind of thing on that time, it was existing together. And if you go there, sometimes the
Yeah,
only
the
way to get out,
possibility.
yeah,
Yes.
is to quit.
So
But
that's why this is pretty funny from Puts. I see. If you are a prude, then gonna is a priest. I like
but
it. I
but
kung ano daw ako, kumaga prude is someone, like yung babaeng kala mo kung makapagsalita, hindi naman. Yung ganon. Prude. Yung ganon. Tapos ikaw daw, priest. O, di ba? Lokal. Na buang-buang na.
I've seen
Buang-buang na.
that kind of I've seen that kinds of movie.
Ah,
Anyway, let's is there something, can I ask you something, Icy?
okay.
Okay, you can answer if you like, and you can answer if you don't like. Okay, on your 20s, or let's say early 20s, or more than 25, right? Or more less than that, maybe from 19 to 23 years old, when you are so young, so much of like, I don't know if in this time you already have a responsibility, like, you know I don't know, will you do a thing that would probably open you to a door, which is uh, kind of fame?
No, but that's the thing. Like, I feel like I've been there, done that. And that's why, because, like, for example, just for like a glimpse of how I see it in a smaller scale so that everyone can relate. Like, for example, on YouTube itself, right? You get opportunities where I get to collaborate with people that are way higher, like way successful, and it only takes one time for you to go there and you get a lot. You're going to build that, because then it'll open doors for more. Because once you get to that level, then it'll open up you to more stuff. But the thing is, I was asked to do something that is against what I believe in, against my comfortability level. It's something like, for example, if you're like, for example, there's one opportunity where I'm a personal trainer, yeah, but they want me to do something where this is the best workout for your six pack. This is what you're gonna do. That's gonna be the content. And for me, it's like, look, I mean, it's nice title, but dude, I don't have a six pack. Why would you put me? No. And another thing is, you want me to lie that this is the good stuff for having a six pack. No, that is against all the job. Like, I love my job so much that sometimes a lot of people around me, especially the veterans in our, sometimes they would tell me, stop helping people without payment. Stop standing over there and telling them what to do. No, you only talk to them, to these people in the gym, when you are paid, not when you're paid. These things, but I can't, So it's like, these are just little things. And on YouTube, the same thing. It's like, I can't put myself, I'm not trying to shine myself as like some saint or anything, because I really do want to. Like, who doesn't want to have success, the fame, all the money you want? You
Yeah.
don't have to do anything. I want that. But if it's gonna come from a place where I'm not gonna be proud of myself at the end of the day, that's not for me. And the thing is with me, I always feel bad because I couldn't reach the things that I could have reached. But at the end of the day, I know I'm complete, I'm contented. That's more than having a lot of money, but then you're lonely. You couldn't even look at the mirror because you're so gross out of yourself because you don't know who are you looking at. Not for me. Like, as much as I want to be, it's not for me. And I always am lucky that I do have that thinking. I do have that dignity that who knows who put that to me. Maybe it's my mom, maybe it's my lola, these people around me, the elders around me. But I do like that foundation because that's where I am right now. I am way happier, even though I don't have the success, the money, the fame. I'm happy because I'm fulfilled, I'm contented. Ganon. So how about you, Sergi? Do you have any kind of like, just to say it and throw it out, the famous word? Do you have any regrets because you said no or you didn't jump when you had the opportunity?
No, I don't have any regrets because I'm. It's like it's if I will going to compare it with the fame and fame of something. I know as well it won't last long. I know for sure it won't last long because I know for sure that it it is not really what I wanted to do. It is not really what I wanted to do. I can have it short time, but who would like to have short time, right? We want to have it long time. Can we have it forever? Yes, if we do, right? So no, I don't have regrets, but I would love to try it. if I, I would love to try it, and people will talk about you because when I did this kind of thing, it always played in my brain sometimes. That when we are in the high school, when we don't care and we go to the river, and some people there, we know there are people who are there and watching us, and we are proud of ourselves, swimming there, going to the rocks and swimming there, and when we are and wearing anything, right? We are so proud, and it's like just a part of memories that we try to to remember, because normally I don't miss the people, I miss the memories. I've met a lot of friends. I don't miss them, most of them. I miss the moments that we were sharing together. When we go and run to the beach naked, when we go our first drink of alcohol on the beach when we were in high school, I miss this moment. I miss those. Just to remember what have I done, what we have done. So if one day, like my mom, when she find out that I have some naked photograph published, she broke all of them, and she said, "You might regret it." No, I might not, or maybe, but what I said before that, when I did it, it's just a kind of sweet memories I've done. To stand with a group of people taking your photo without anything when you are young is and not when you don't have this much of guts confident on you, you cannot do it. But I did it. I did it. I wish I could have saved some photo of me in that published Bulgar tabloid way back. I wish I could have that, but no, I don't have. I don't have even those photo that being when we went to Kodak to collect my photograph film, uh, what we call this, um, develop. They are looking at me because I was there too. I was there waiting because we uh, we got a copy of the film, and I asked them to have that, especially that part of film, to to have it on a portrait sized life. It was I don't know, for the wall, this much. I don't know the size. I forget the biggest size film I could have
Yeah,
developed.
who's actually
They are
saying,
looking at me.
maybe search the internet. Who knows? Maybe somebody saved it digitally. And
I tried many times. I think it was I tried
also to
years
Twitch,
ago.
I had Dami Raptor 31 and Killer Mike. Make a love shout out to both of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to ICEE Fit. Ayan. And this one too, true, who knows, but glad you stick to your principles because mistakes cannot be undone. Exactly. And the thing is, sometimes this is why I always teach a lot of younger generations, like, being a teenager, we all feel the sense of invincibility. We're invincible. Like, we can do anything, and we will do stupid shit. But at the same time, I always say the thing is, you have to play it smart. Because if you're not smart, some mistakes you cannot go back from. Some people die. Some people do something that is just traumatizing for everyone, that you just gonna be left broken. Like there's something broken mentally and stuff like that. So this is what I'm saying. And if you are watching this and if you are a young adult, just always make sure, things that you are doing, be accountable. Because at the end of the day, like, I like when you say something like, I don't think I'll regret it, because you have the mentality of, I'm exploring. I want this for my experience so that I can share it. You have no shame doing it because you want it. You want it. But people, when they got mistake, like people that would, like, for example, you're not a dick pic sender. And then for whatever reason, you feel so comfortable. Oh, what's gonna go wrong if I was just gonna send a dick pic and then that person blackmail you? That's a mistake. Don't do that again. Be accountable, And if you're a dude, it's actually way better if I'm a dude and I'll send that and someone lick it. Who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? Just laugh at it, But if you're a woman, there's more repercussion with women because there's a lot more stigma that would, befallen for us, things like that. So, how about you, Sergi? What are you going to say before we end? And what are you going to say to all the young adults? And of course, to not even young adults, but already an adult person, but then they got one thing that they are mistaken of and they got shamed, they got bashed, they got a hate. What can you tell or say to them, like an advice from an elder? O, di ba? Elder tayo dito, 200 years. Mga immortal tayo dito eh. And so, yes, guys, ayan. Sir Galaan is officially an immortal. I made him immortal. So the floor is yours, Sergi. Talk to our people.
Well, I'm not that very old. I'm 42 sooner. In few days, I will be 42. And I always said to um, my younger family members that there's nothing wrong to explore. Nothing wrong. You have to be brave to explore something, and make sure when you do explore something, you have to take that this thing that I've done is that I do it because I'm happy doing it, not because some people push you doing it. Because there are people who doesn't have a chance doing a thing, you know what I mean. So do what you want. You have this life once, and we don't know when it will stop. So do what you want. Do what you want, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. If you are afraid of something, worried, you know, um, it's very cultural. I think, I'm not sure. It's very cultural being afraid of, like, in the Philippines where I grew up, where parents taught us to be afraid too much, which is, I'm luckily I don't do that. I explore a lot during my younger age. Not I'm not afraid to be beaten by stick, by, because I do something but I enjoy. When you do something and you enjoy it, it's great. When you do something and you don't enjoy it, that's something. So make sure whatever you want to do in your life, think that you are happy about doing it, because things done cannot be undone. And if you think you will regret things that you might do, if you doubt it a lot, don't do it. But if you think you're just telling people that, oh, you might regret it, you might regret it, but you are confident that you will not regret it, do it, because we care a lot about what people will say. We um oh, but, well, not me. In the place where I came from, not me. I always break the rules where I understood this is about happiness, or this is about what I want, not what the family want, what not the community want, but this is what I want. So there are certain things that you can break the rules. Break it. If you break it and they are unhappy, it's their life. As long as you are happy, remember.
Break it to me gently.
Yeah, break it.
Yeah. But
We
yes, like this one, bravery while being accountable. Exactly.
But one more. I'm afraid for the young generation, um, um, girls in the family. I'm afraid, but I kind of, I kind of, because it's difficult when when you're a boy, or you're a girl, you're a man, and you are a woman. There is something very different between how to deal with things. I'm afraid, because I said to my nieces that, huwag kayong papabola. Huwag
Yeah,
kayong
but here's the
papabola.
thing. Yeah, that's what I actually saying when it comes to people who like bash and hate one or the other. It's like the scam and the scammer. It's like in the Philippines we have saying walang maloloko kung walang magpapaloko. We have this elderly wisdom in the Philippines. I don't know how to properly translate it in English, but it's almost like in a way of like there's no one who's going to be fooled if there is no fool,
Eh,
if you're not a fool or something like that. You know what I'm saying, guys? Ayan, it's so hard, but it's a very, very old wisdom in the Philippines. And that's what always my grandma would tell me. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, one time, that's life. It's a cycle. All of us will go to a phase where someone would use you and someone you would use for your own benefit. It's just a matter of what kind of level it is. Is it a good level or a bad level? But it's always going to be turned out to that. So if you're going to, like try to educate people, educate them in a way where they can actually listen to you. Because if you are coming from an attacking, you're attacking these types of people, you're a simp, you're a gold digger, you're like this. It's like, what if this simp and this gold digger understand each other? Who are you to judge these two if they are happy with whatever they're doing, their transactions or whatever, right?
yeah.
It's the same thing like that. In marriage, that's why with me, if I have friends and they are in a fight, I always go in the middle because I learned my lesson. If I only side with my friend who is a girl, oh yes, he's a piece of shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. At the end of the day, who knows? You know who's going to fight? Me and my friend. You know? So for me, it's their business. All I have to be is a friend when she cries. You know how much foolishness she can be? She's a friend of mine. So what am I going to do? Just accept her and console her when she needs me. Because at the end of the day, it's their life. You know, you all you have to do is just say your piece, but don't tell them what to do because at the end of the day, it's their life. Ganun.
Correct.
Yes.
It's their life. You ruled it.
Canadian Samurai, mega love shout out. Another Ayan, Canadian Samurai is coming to Philippines this June, if I'm not mistaken. So
Canadian.
anything, any advice for Canadian Samurai pala? Ayan, and then we can end this. He's retired, I believe. He's a retired, you know, and he is going to Philippines and start his channel basically.
Oh,
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me thrice, I really deserved it. Oh, diba? Samurai. And the American saying that is the equivalent is, oh, fool me once. Is it? Do you think so? Ayan. And he's gonna be there first time. Coming to Philippines in June. Ayun. So
wow.
yes,
That's a
he
nice
is
answer.
coming to Philippines. But anyway, Sir G, are you going to live stream after this for your people?
Yeah, I will do later before dinner because I always try to do live stream when I was cooking so I can do two things, cooking and live streaming at the same time. Yeah, and they don't really don't care what I'm doing, and sometimes they don't really care if I'm reading their chat. What I'm enjoying is that they are enjoying chatting to each other. So
Mhm.
basically, they just come to my live stream and do marites to each other. And sometimes I understood that my live stream is like a social dating apps where they try to connect with other people and get their, Instagram account, Pinterest account, or other Snapchat account, this kind of community that
Well,
I have.
at least,
Because,
at least you're helping out.
because it's not easy actually to hook up. They need to try first where this this
Galaan Cupid. It's almost like an IRL. Maybe next time it will be like IRL, Galaan Cupid. I come and date and change channel theme.
sometimes it's hard to deal with this community because I don't know who is minor. I don't
Mm,
know who is playing adult. I don't know who's playing, kids. Because I once caught somebody. Um, I normally subscribe those channel from my another channel who are the same thing on my live stream. They don't know it was my channel too. So I normally those people who keep coming on the live stream, I normally subscribe them from my another channel and sometimes check it out because they come and say this is me and who I am because I have regulars. I have regulars on my live stream. No matter how much do live stream 3 times or how much I do, they will always come, and they are a group of teens from
mm,
they were from the same community like place, and few of them same school, and some of them are cousins to each other, cousins, and I don't know a lot, but there are this community or this group are kind of somehow playing something like trying to catch, or I don't know, I don't understand actually, but I let them do what they do. But as much as I don't read any below the words, because sometimes they do, I hide them, and they keep coming with their another channel. Oh, you why did you hide me? I couldn't join. I hide a lot of channel from my channel so they couldn't join, but I keep coming. Oh, they will pop up. Oh, it's me. They will call me Abi Pinoy. Why did you hide me? I cannot join the live chat. They are coming not for me. They are coming for the live chat. Who's on the live chat? So actually, it was a kind of it's a kind of Uh, I said to them, "Can you download this app and check there who's available there because I don't know who's on my live chat. I really don't know if there are teens. If there, somebody will say I'm 18, I'm 9. I even have 9 years old on my live chat, so I couldn't
It's
really
very hard.
yeah who I'm going to to protect if there's some teens, kids, or whatsoever.
Yeah,
Anyway,
and that's the thing. It's like, just to kind of like add a little bit, I add. That's the thing with, like why, like people keep asking, why do you filter? Why do you do this? And why do I do that? Because even though we can justify what we do on YouTube by saying, well, these kids have parents. Why does their parents do that and do this? But if you can do it in a balanced way where you can do something that's not super inappropriate and still share something that both can benefit, why not go in that way? Sometimes that's kind of like my mentality going forward with my channel. So yeah, and that's why my sexually fit stream before I would just do it, publicly, but then eventually, like you stumbled that there are kids, and then if the
yeah,
conversation is too good, then you started saying things that sometimes it could be not good for my guest, so at least if it's just a members only live stream, we actually understand the context of why the people are saying this
correct.
because you are a member. So yeah.
Also,
Why
there,
did you hire me? You put on sleepers. O, di ba? May lumabas tuloy. Ayan. But anyways, guys, ayan. Any last words, ayan, Sergi, before you cook? And guys, please do check out Pinoy. Ayan, Nightbot will drop its link. Ayan, Pinoy, if you're not connected yet, yes. He talks a lot of Turkish in his live stream, but if you are there, just make sure that he would, notice you, and he is very interactive in the chat, guys. So please do check him out. And
actually,
also Island, what are we gonna expect from you in the island, pala?
I'm not really sure about the island thing because actually a few years ago we have internet connection, right? It was
Mm.
2 years ago. Last year we don't have. This year we are not sure yet because it's not open yet. So last year they don't open the package for the summer. They just gave it
Mm.
for full year package and it was very expensive. I couldn't afford it to have a I have to pay for the whole year and I will use it for 6 maximum 6 months in the island. So I don't do too much live stream last year, but this year still we are waiting for the decision because it was small island, only summer, crowded during summer, and there is actually very nice if I can have I can have a Wi-Fi, but I'm not sure. Well, I have a data, but my data is very limited. My data is only 8 GB for 3 months, and I
Wow.
don't know. Yeah, it's for
So
not for
sad.
3 months, for 1 month. 1 month I have a data for. I paid
That's
like 8, and every weeks I got two GB free every week.
mm.
But when I tried to live stream with data, the quality is not good.
Mm.
So I'm not sure again. Maybe I will do upload, but I'm not sure. But if I can hack my neighbor internet, if I can hack my neighbor internet, I will do because I did it the last autumn. It was autumn when I was a successfully tried.
Say that in public. They might be watching. Neighbors internet. Yes, Pinoy na Pinoy pa rin. Di ba?
Yeah, my neighbor
Mm.
internet actually. I was able to use it. I think a month before we get back here in Istanbul successfully. because it was not really easy to go into anyone's internet in this country. It was not really easy. I have to be nice.
Di ba? Kaloka.
Yeah, and that's it.
Thank you, Sergi. It's always a pleasure, to talk to you. You know that, Soon, maybe, one time, maybe you should go for our wine talk. It's usually for girls only. I'm thinking about it, but you also drink wine, right? You're a wine drinker,
Yeah, I'm a wine drinker.
right? So we're gonna try to figure out. Maybe I should do like something like a half half, like half girl, half boy. I'm not sure yet. It's still in the works. It's still like what date it's gonna be, the schedule. But if you have time, I let you know. Hopefully you're not in the island yet, but I let you know if that comes to play. So we can have like a wine talk, and I'll throw you some good questions and like a play. It's gonna be good for the viewers as well. So I hope I get this all together and give you an entertainment for a wine talk, because it's going to be an anniversary of One on One. And we're still
Yeah.
here. Just kind of like a quick thankful, grateful day to do. So, Sergi, thank you, thank you.
Before
Ayan.
you end up, before you end up, who's there? Regulars, who's there? Who's there?
Regulars, Boots on Boots, Captain
Yeah.
Billy Jack, Brett
No
Glass.
minors. No minors, right?
Yes, no minors. Ayan, no
Are you
minors.
ready, IC?
In there.
Are you ready, IC? Let's ask IC, okay? Quick question.
Okay.
Minimum three times or five times?
Minimum? No, I think lately because I've been busy, it's been quite of like less. But if we can do it every day, it's just usually turns to every day. And that's kind of like one of the benefits if you have kids and without kids.
Uh.
Without kids every day, every hour, every minute. But if you have kids, it's like, huh. And sometimes, usually, the thing with kids is like, the moment you're not doing anything, you're just doing, you're not nothing, you're doing nothing, no disturbance. And the moment you're in the business, it would be like, knock knock. So it's like it's one of the things. So if you are wanting to have kids, you have to understand these things comes to play. So you have to make sure that you're up for it, you're up for the challenge, and all of that stuff when there's nothing to do. When there's nothing. Ayan, like Sergi, when he has nothing to do, ayan, naghihiluran sila.
Yes, to go to shower before I go to live stream, right? So
Oh,
yeah, guys, those married people, if you have chance to do it together, shower together, yeah, it's the best place to do it. It's
yes.
the
I
best.
always remember Sergi about the showering together, because it's like he's probably the first person I've heard this coming from a Filipino. It's like, oh my God, yes, yes. So actually, I think one of the good things, or one of the key to a good, successful marriage as well, is not forgetting that you can shower together.
Yeah.
And yes, and if you can do it every day, way better. But if you cannot do it every day, make sure you do it 3 times a week. Ayan. 5 times a week. Ayan. Do
If you
it
can
like
do it
that.
every day, that's nice, at least once in a day. Because
Yes.
especially you guys, we guys, yeah, okay, forget about it. My point is that we are still young. There will be a time, the expiration date. So before the
Okay.
expiration date, do
I,
it.
no, I know Sergi wants something spicy from me. I'm thinking if I'm gonna give in. Ayan. But because you missed the shower together. Lily. But Lily is here. Okay, filter na muna ulit. Ayan, joke lang. Lily is actually being naughty lately. I like the Lily naughty. Okay, because you guys have been from start to end, and also Sergi, you're giving me your time. Okay, I'm gonna overshare something. Well, because with me, I've always had this, and like for the most relationships I've, because it's not a lot. I've only have a couple of, but with like sexual, let's just say sexual something. I like like that's why I like when you said it, because it's like, oh, you're my people. You get me, you get to me, because I like when I scrub my man's body, like every part, like especially with the with the towel, or like loofah or something. I like scrubbing every part of it. It's almost like mine, 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 mine. Like I like it. I like showering the person that I am so in love with. So
That's
it's actually something so pure for me, so pure, and yet it's sexual, but it's not sexual. It's just love in itself.
yeah.
Because how much of you are actually willing to be patient? Because even for us, like we have to admit, like showering for ourselves, sometimes it becomes so lazy. I don't want to shower. So imagine showering and then you shower somebody else. It's like something too much work, but I do love doing that. And it's something that I feel so proud of myself, because it always shocked the person who I'm with, because they were like, what the fuck? It's like creepy at first, like, what are you doing? And then eventually, if a man, like understand why you do things, and then it just depends on who is your partner and if they're welcomed to do
Exactly.
that little things. And then it turned out to be like that, like you and Inday. It's like you scrub each other's back.
Yeah, actually, it was I
Old.
experienced that was from my ex. During our we had our day off together and we do it together. It's not just about doing the thing. It's about what you say, telling that, oh, every pieces that I'm cleaning or scrubbing just now is at this moment all of them are mine. And when I get married, I don't forget that. I learned it from someone who really wants to become very special in my life, and I absorbed that kind of a kind of, I don't know, skills. Is that skills? Because it's kind of skills for me. I absorb that and apply, and actually it's become part of us, me and my wife, to have it together every time. And if it's especially when it's possible, because there are times it's not possible to be on the shower together. So I always wanted it as much as my soul need it, you know what I mean. Because sometimes yeah, sometimes I also feel like, oh, like, yeah, over like, sometimes can I have day off? Like, like too much, sometimes my wife asks me, can you go out alone, can you leave me alone? Like, because because sometimes it's kind of, we are doing
You're
so
the
many
needy
things together
one.
together.
Yeah.
And sometimes she feel that, like, nasasakal na ako, like she said. Nasasakal na ako, like too much, maybe, perhaps. Yeah, too much. I'm
Mm.
I'm not sure with the words, but I think kind of too much. So she sometimes asks me, "Oh, can you walk out for sometimes? Can you leave me alone for sometimes?" Like this kind of, because I think it was too much for her. But the thing is
Yeah,
that
but the
I
thing is, I feel if you're a woman, if your woman loves you, sometimes those are kind of like a love language. It's almost like a ego thing. It's like, leave me alone, you're too much. But we love it because we love attention. All women are attention whore.
yeah,
But it just depends if you want that attention from just one specific person, and that's what differentiate whores.
But there are sometimes, there are kinds of attention sometimes that we are. I'm not like it's not the moment. It's not the time. But it's not the time, or it's not on the situation. But with creative thinking she has, my God, I get into it. Like, okay, let me motivate myself more. Like, kind of, huh? Are we kind of, this kind of thing. I don't know how to say the words, but yeah, sometimes it's like this. But yeah, I'm enjoying it I'm enjoying it as much I'm wanting it, as much as I'm needing it, like, this kind of thing. Because I know it's there will be time the things that you want to do, you cannot do it anymore. So the thing that you can do it as much as you can do it, my friend. Because time, I said, time is not favored always to us.
Very well said. And with that, we're gonna end with that. If you can do it, guys, please do it. Good thing I'm a cat. And just to kind of like do this, Brett must be like, what? What did he say? He said, because I was like talking about showering, and I was in the love context mode, just feeling the love. And then he said, shower an old man as a job. It's, it's like, what are you talking about? It's not in the context of what I'm saying. Gross. So, just in context for all the people who are doing this as a job, it has nothing to do with you. The context was that I'm in a loving state, and Brett says, yes, I'm blaming Brett. Brett says something that mess up my imagination. Ayan for Brett. Ayan, lap it out, Brett. You're too serious. Ayan. Anyways, boots and boots, yeah, sometimes. And LDR is making me crazy. Just hold on to it, but because it
LRD.
comes with a price. It's gonna be all worth it. Ayan,
But
really
can I
that.
say one more thing about LDR? Can I say
Okay,
something?
okay.
Um,
Um,
I was many years LRD with my wife, but we have a huge understanding of needs, and the needs of that understanding, me having a needs of something, is that kind of, what you call it, kind of out of this world acceptation kind of thing, because not everyone will be able to accept what you wanna do in this moment when you are far. I think um with the LRD situation, the thing is that if somebody can accept two of you, or both, or other side can do it without any emotional attachment. Not i'm saying that um you know to agree, okay, not I'm saying to agree with this, because again, back to the work that I'm doing before, I'm coaching them, telling them to do it to your colleagues, because it's a need. It's a hungry for food kind of, right? If you are married back home, and you are away, and you really need to have this kind of thing, and if you cannot keep it by yourself, by your hand alone, then you have to do it with another one. The thing is that, do it, someone, do it with your friend, true friend, right? True friend. If your friend care for you, do it, right? Do it. But yeah, it's kind of not very acceptable, but it's kind of somehow might be.
yeah.
If
Oh.
the left and right hands are tired of doing it, ask somebody in the community. No,
Ask,
yes, exactly.
can you, for the love of the human being, can you please do me a favor of charity?
Okay.
Hello, Ayan.
That's the
I
other.
see my name is Long Dong Silver, according to Bruce Davids. Ayan. Diba? Yes, and that's okay. And it says, it's okay if Brett wants to be serious. It's not hurting anyone because I've seen him happy and laughing. And like Brett has been here for a long time. Brett also, I would say, like one of the almost like OG of ICFit. I know he understands me when I do, like, because I always say, don't take things personally when you're on my stream. Learn how to take things not personally. Even if you feel it's for you, don't feel like that. Because if it's for you, I'm gonna clearly gonna tell you it's for you. That's how blunt I am. But if I'm just general talking, this is the time to practice the not to be triggered too much, because
Mm,
that's every time I'm in front of you guys, I practice that because I do also have trigger points, and I do practice that for everyone to not feel like we're attacking each other here. So I hope you can do that to yourself as well as a viewer of IC Fit. Ganon. Ayan. And yes, so thank you. Sergi, thank you so much. You've been here. It's always been like when we do like 2 hours, like 1 hour, when it's like past 1 hour, that's the only time the conversation kind of like gets so nice. But unfortunately, guys, it's 1:05 a.m. here. I gotta go to work. I gotta go do,
yeah.
resting as well. I really do appreciate you, Sergi. You know that. From then till now, you're still my Sergi. It's not gonna change. So, wag mong iisipin. Ayan, pag hindi ako nagpapapansin o nagpapapampam, isa lang ibig sabihin nun, may ginagawa ako. Pero I'm always one call away for you. O, diba? Ayan. Bye, season chat. Yes, Brett. Ayan, Brett, smile. Because lately, you're not smiling, Brett, so smile. Bye-bye, Sergi. Thank you
Bye
again.
bye.
Ayan. Paisa muna. O, diba?
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye, everyone. Have a wonderful weekends and enjoy being alive. Okay.
Thank you, Sergi. Ciao, ciao. Have a nice dinner. Ayan. Yes, yes. So thank you, guys. Ayan. Thank you, Mr. Playboy. And thank you, Mr. Playboy. Thank you, IC. Well, thank you. Thank you guys for keeping up with me. This has always been like, some people actually noticed how long my live streams are. I try to be at least, try to talk with you guys. You've been such a part of my routine, part of my life. I always wanted to know how you guys are doing. It's nothing like personal if I don't talk to you or private message you or see your messages and talk to you in private. It's just not who I am as a person. I don't talk to my people a lot even. So don't be too paranoid. That's why Discord is there. So if you're not in my Discord yet, if you want a community like that, from time to time you just pop up, say something, blah blah blah, go and join my Discord. Ayan. I see. What is your advice on people that get triggered? My always advice, don't think that the world is revolving around you. If that person, even if you have something, like, if that person is attacking you something, this is the reason why we we have to understand and analyze ourselves. If someone hates us, if someone doesn't like us, if it's only one person that's saying that, then maybe there is something that they themselves are deflecting with you. But if there's two, three, four, five people are saying that, now you have to stop and actually have to learn how to swallow your pride and understand that there is must be something that you have to change so that people would like you. And don't give me the bullshit of like, I don't care. I'm okay, Bruce Davis, you might be triggered. This is not just for you. I'm talking about in general now. This is the thing. It's like, when someone is attacking you personally, bashing you personally, it's up to you how to react on it. That's how you practice. At first it's going to be hard because you want to say something, you want to defend yourself. But if you completely know yourself and you're comfortable with your own skin, no one can come close to that bubble. You don't even have to practice it. But of course, there are people that you have to practice it. And that's why I'm giving my channel for you to practice that, because I talk harsh. So if you cannot handle me, how can you handle the world out there? There are more worse than me out there. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Life is too short for negative vibes. And I appreciate you, sis. I see. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate you all that appreciate me. As I've said, the only thing that you probably have to always remember if someone triggered you is that if anybody, you treat them the way you want them to treat you. you know if they treat you badly and you think it's not, you like, what's the reason why? You can be the better person and be nice about it. Understand why this person is like that. And basically, if you want to be associated with that person, if you think you can bring something to their life, then try. But don't expect that you can change them, because it's not going to happen. It is not. You can only influence someone. But at the end of the day, the credit is up to them, because it's them who's going to decide if they want to change. That's what I'm saying. And if people treat me like shit, and I am done with them. Who's got triggered because of fake news? E.T. Hi, E.T. I'm going away now. E.T., why aren't you not interacting with me when I'm in this zone? It's 1:11 a.m. Okay, I'm trying to just finish everyone's text. Ayan. RIP MCA. Who's MCA? Thanks and have a good day. Thank you, Felipe G. I keep you again late at night, Felipe. Apologies. Ayan. Watching the Beastie Boys. And bye-bye, everyone. Awesomeness and enjoy life. Bye, sir. Oh, yes. Thank you, Lily. And thank you to Frank as well. Regards to Frank. And give respect and get respect. You're right, Puts. But I see you don't talk harsh enough. Palo palo harder. Yeah, but the thing is, if I talk too harsh, there are people who cannot handle. Ask E.T. 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 is more the person that you should ask about that. E.T. talk too harsh. E.T. is ready to go look for some lady in their 70s. Ayan. Ay, Botchok the Great! Guys, Botchok the Great, say hi to Botchok the Great before we end. Because Botchok the Great and, on YouTube, they're actually very funny. So if you can follow them on Facebook, this couple, they're just also a motivation. Like Poots, you should meet Botchok and Madame Zan. They're very, very good couple. I love them. They always make me laugh whenever I check Facebook from time to time. So, yes, kay Madame din, ayan. Botchok, ayan. Mrs. ni Botchok, mega, mega love shout out. E.T. is a great guy, very funny. Exactly. Worked too hard on the house yesterday and I'm exhausted. Hurts to type. Aw, Felipe G. You should, like, how do you call cold bath? Cold bath, Felipe. Your muscles. But anyways, guys, I just done my research for tomorrow drama. Watch out. Here comes the whips. Whips. Ooh la la. Ayan. So anyways, guys, so that's the thing. Botchok! Ayan, from Puts on Boots. O, diba? Thank you, Botchok. Ayan, I am really happy for both of you. Keep strong. Yeah, success. Ayan, keep it up. Ayon. O, diba? E.T., you go find and tell them, woman, I'm 99 and starting my life. Yes, Brett, I'm totally nuts. O, di ba? Sure, Bruce. O, di ba, guys? We're all nuts out here, ayan. It's just a different level of how nuts we are. These nuts, I have to say that. Anyways, guys. But thank you guys, as always. I know people have their own personal problems that they're dealing with, but I hope you can always practice that kind of like now it's 4 hours of being together with me. Practice where you can just find something positive even if it's such a shitty situation. Find the moment, practice just having moments to talk to each other, to have a good conversation. It doesn't always have to be negative. It always doesn't have to be so sad and depressive. We can talk depressing thoughts and very, very scandalous thoughts, very, very like not in a very like awkward conversation. We can talk these things, but in a very lighter way. It's just how we talk about it, how we choose our words about it, and how we are ready to not take things personally. And that's it for me. Ganon. Maybe ICEE can wheel us around in our chair. Huh? Bye na pala. Oo, Bochok. Next time, come here. Ayan. Maybe 10 p.m. in Philippine time, I'm here, or like 7, 8 p.m. Filipino Standard Time. So again, guys, thank you so much. I'll probably do upload workouts very, very soon as well. If you want to work out with me, do that. If you have questions, do that. And again, every Saturday, 8 p.m. Japanese Standard Time. Sometimes I'm late, so I would appreciate if you can stick for a while. And thank you, everyone. Oh, I see you're back on. Mike, yes, patapos na. Bruce, I prefer battery-powered types with a male toggle. ICEE is great. Thank you, Brett. Ayan. See, Brett understands. Ayan. And thank you for all of you guys who understands me, who welcomes me in their life. I totally appreciate that. If I don't show it in my channel, that's your problem. But anyways, guys, I love you all. Otsukare-sama deshita. And again, I'll see you all next Saturday. Ciao, ciao. And more stories to tell. Arigato gozaimashita. And otsukare-sama deshita. Dahil sa channel na ito, kayo ang bida. Bye-bye, guys. Mwah. Ciao, ciao. Ayan, let's do this, guys. Ayan, E.T., thank you. Brett, Mikey, to all the BG out there. Thank you, guys. Ayan, arigato gozaimashita. And bye-bye. Ciao, ciao. Bye.
Wow! Congratulations! Wow! Congratulations!